Hey everyone, I'm Lisa Fulford, your creative coach, and I want to welcome you to my channel for my Makeup Monday. For my Makeup Monday and my Technique Tuesday, I'm running a little bit behind. We've been having internet problems. Our internet provider had a major cable cut, and so we've not had internet for about 4 days, and it finally came on a little bit earlier today, so I am trying to get this all uploaded and ready to go. So for my Makeup Monday, I was thinking about if you need some quick and easy graduation cards, then I have a couple of them for you. We are using the Stamp Set Cap and Gown, and I think this is a really neat set. And I like that you can make the cap and gown whatever color that you want. I'm choosing to do black just because I think that those are classic. And so I like the hands with the graduation cap and all the different things. And so I really like this set. And I like it so much that for I'm going to do a giveaway. I have a second one of these stamps, and so I'm going to give a giveaway, and for to be entered in for this drawing for this, and it is for the US only. I'm sorry. But for the drawing for this, what you need to do is either um, leave a comment on this video, share this video, like this video, subscribe to my video, and then if you subscribe, share, or like it, then drop that into the comments below that you did either one of those things, and you will be entered in the drawing to get one of these stamp sets. And so it's, just my way of giving back for all of my followers, subscribers, and those that watch my videos. I have several people that watch my videos, but they're not subscribing. And so this is just a fun way of giving back and, hopefully getting, some more comments and different things in the below the video. And so, because I like hearing what, people have to say, if, they would have done something different, or if they like something particular that I did, then that helps me to grow as, a creator for these videos for Stampin' Up. And so I like to improve upon my techniques and to give people what they want to see. And so that's the best way for you to compliment me, is to, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and also let me know what I could either do better or what I'm really doing, good at, this, crafting world out there. And so I appreciate every one of you who watch, every one of you who, give me a comment, and I try to answer all of them. And so let's get started with today's Makeup Monday, although it's Tuesday, so it's still going to be my Makeup Monday. So let's get started. So for today's two cards, these are the two that we're going to make. And the reason why they're both this color is my youngest is graduating, and so the school that she goes to, their colors are this beautiful blue, and so she has some classmates that are, graduating too. And so that's the type of cards that I was needing, but you can make them in any color that you want. And so I'm making a couple different ones just because, it's always nice to have, options. And so let's get started with this one here for our first card. So I'm going to set this one over here, and then I'll just set that one where we can see it. And then when we're making the other one, I'll swap them out. So for that card, we need a piece, and this is Blueberry Bushel. And it is cut at 4¼ by 11, and I scored it at 5½. And then we have a piece of basic white, And this piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then we also have another piece that is 2 1/4 inches by 4, and then DSP. And this piece of, I've got 2 pieces. I got some notes here because let's see, they are 1 1/4 by 4, so I've got 2 of those, and I'll explain that in a moment. And then we need to do a little bit of cutting with this piece of cardstock. So I'll grab my cutter. So like I said, it is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. All right. So then with our paper cutter, we are going to cut that at, oh, I had that piece of paper. I'm pretty certain it's, so we're going to put it in here at 1 1/2. I'm certain that that's the 1 1/2. Okay. So that's a piece. And then we're going to scoot this down to 2 1/2. Yeah, 2 1/2. I'm certain of it. Yes. Go. So we have that piece, but we still need these pieces. Okay. So then that should leave me a 1 1/2 piece right here. And it does, for to do my card base. And so that's where my score line's at, is at that 1 1/2 mark there. So I can move my paper cutter out of the way. And the DSP that we are using is this one, and it is the Country Lace 12 by 12. And there's a lot of nice little different patterns in here, but I like this kind of linen-y looking one. And so that's the one that we're using for this card. So I need my bone folder. And if you want to make this, just stop and cut all your stuff. And then just, if you have the stamp set, or if you happen to win the giveaway, then just stop the video and stamp along with me, and just pause it at whatever increments that you need to be able to craft along with me. And so once you have this cut, we cut it at 1 1/2, and then we scoot it over to the 2 1/2, and then that leaves us 1 1/2 left right here. And so we will do some of our layering. All right, so I'm going to add glue, and I like our green glue. I'm going to add that to the back. I did have this open for a while without my cap. Once I get started, it'll be, whoops. Well, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to add glue to that. Clean that up a bit. And then I'm going to take some of that excess off there, and we'll add more to this in a moment. All right, so I'm going to take that, and where this is creased at, I'm going to add that right there. So I'm just going to layer that for that little, that 1 1/2 piece. We're going to put this piece of DSP that is 1 1/4 by 4. We're going to add that right there. All right, so we have that. And then this other little piece here, I'll take this next piece, and we're also going to add it to this other 1 1/2 inch piece. This is a fun little fold that's not hard, and you don't have to cut really any extra pieces because it's all from your card base, but it looks like you've had to do a lot of extra stuff. So there's that. Now this piece here, we are going to layer this onto there, and then this will be our inside piece. Okay, so we need to do a little stamping, and so I'll show you this one. It opens up like this, and it says, "All of the hard work was worth it." And so it's got your hands throwing the cap up in the air. And so you could still sign it right here and be where it's still hidden, or you could add a piece to the back and sign there so that you're not signing it out here and having that. So you just open it up, and so it's a fun little surprise. It doesn't look like there's anything on the inside, but then when you open it up, there you go. And so anyway, so don't forget, you can be entered in a drawing to get this stamp set by liking, sharing, commenting, and if you purchase from my online store $35 or more, then I will send you card kits to make these. And if you happen to win the stamp set, then you'll have the stamp set to make it. Or you could use any kind of a stamp set if you don't happen to have this one. So here we go. Let's get started with what we need to do here. So I want to bring in all of my stamps that I need. Oh, there's also another piece that I needed for that. I think it's this one here. Yeah. And that's just, it was just a scrap piece. I bet it's about 1 inch wide. But anyway, so on my Technique Tuesday last week, I showed how you could, you know, emboss in any color and things like that. And I have some black embossing powder here. I'm going to go ahead and put the cap on this so we don't have the problem we had earlier. And so I've got my black embossing powder. When I do this congratulations graduate, that is embossed as well. And I've got my blueberry bushel ink here, so I can ink that up and show you how that's done again. But right now I am going to just do what inking I need to do the black embossing. So this piece we're going to do black embossing on, so I'm just going to add some powder to it. And then this one here, we're going to do black embossing on it as well. Add powder all over. And what that does, this is our embossing buddy, and if we have oils on our hands or anything like that, and I just like tap it on there. I mean, you can do it however you want, but I just tap it on there so that I've got some, you know, this powder on it. And it's like a type of cornstarch or something like that. But I'm going to bring in our hands. I got glue on there too. And I'm going to ink that up in Versamark. Now, this Versamark is kind of, it's dirty or whatever because of my stamping technique that I did last Tuesday, but we're using black embossing powder, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to ink this up, bring these forward. I'll move so I'm in camera. That's always good to be in the camera. All right, so I'm just going to ink up the hands, and I'm going to put them right about there. Okay, and you can't see it, but it's there. And then I'm going to take my little graduation hat, and where my hands are at, I'm going to have it where it's tossing through the air. Okay, and then the words, all the hard work was worth it. I want to put that up here at the top. And pray I get it straight. All right, so now these are all inked up, and you can see there's something on there. So I'm going to take my black embossing powder and put it all over Okay. Just keep adding. All right. And I want to tap off any that I don't need. Now see, I've got a little halo here, and that's quite all right, because I'm going to take my little tool here. There's a brush that goes with the with our set that's got the embossing buddy and all that, but sometimes I just find it easier to just scrape it. And I just keep trying to get any of that extra off. It's hard to see that you have that on there whenever it's this clear ink. And so now then what I'm going to do is bring in my heat tool. And if while I'm talking you can hear it, but if I'm not talking you don't hear the heat gun. So I'm going to turn it on and then I'm going to heat emboss. And as I put it on the number 2, I'm not going to cover the vents that are on here because you need to be able to get air to it. And then I'm going to start heating and it'll start melting as we go. Just need to check and see if it's getting shiny everywhere. And I like to come from the back. That looks pretty good. All right, so I've got that. Now this one here, I've got embossing powder all over my table. I'm going to bring in my cap and gown, and what I did to be able to put it on the block was I took and put them in here and had flipped this over and then stuck my block to it because that is the spacing. What it is here, that's the spacing what I have it on the block. So I just basically flipped this over, put the cap and gown in it, put my block on it, and pulled them off. And so that's the only way that I did it. You can stamp them individually, you can do it together, but I like it whenever you can do 2 at once and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so now then I'm going to add, pardon me, I'm going to add Versamark liberally to this. And then I'm going to turn this over. And I want to try to get that straight. Down. And press. It might be a little bit crooked, but it's a homemade card. It's not supposed to all be perfect. All right. So I'm going to gather up my black embossing powder again. Wrap those edges off. My counter here. I don't want it melted there. All right, so then bring in that heat gun again. And this one here, it'll be a lot easier to see it turn shiny. All right. So I'm going to start at this end, and you'll see it start changing. There it goes. Starts getting darker. From the back. Just makes it to start raising up a little bit more. So that looks pretty good. It's a little crooked, but it'll be fine. All right, for this, I think I'm going to take and just trim it down just a little bit to maybe 3/4. I don't think I need a full ½ inch, but or a full inch. I'm pretty certain that this was 1 inch by like 4. So it was just a scrap piece. All right, so there we go. Now then I'm going to take the Congratulations Graduate, and I'm going to show you that technique once again in case you missed it. And if not, you can go back and watch my Technique Tuesday from last week. But today is the Make It Monday card. We'll move these things out of the way for now. Okay, so I've got my blueberry bushel, and then I've got my Versamark. This has been cleaned, and I'm going to ink this up in the Versamark heavily. And then I'm going to lightly touch the blueberry bushel. And I want to come in right here in the center, and I'm going to stand so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to stamp this Congratulations Graduate. And that looks good. And so I have some clear embossing powder this time. That's how you can emboss in any color. Now that I definitely need to clean that stamp before I put it back on that Versamark. That's why that Versamark looks so yucky. It's seen a lot of stamping like that in classes and stuff. This one wasn't as important to put like a embossing buddy on it because it's clear. But anyway, we're going to close this up so I don't get my hand in it. All right, so let's get my chair back up and get situated. And bring in my heat tool again. Let's see it go from cloudy to bright blue. There it gets started. A little bit from the back. And be careful not to burn yourself. All right, so there we go. And that's nice and shiny. You can see that shine. All right, so I'm going to take and use this wipe and try to clean up this powder. I don't want to get that on everything. Oops. There we go. And we'll go ahead and clean this so I don't forget later. And it doesn't seem to ruin my ink pads. I've been doing this for, I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for almost 18 years. And I've always done this with our old ink pads and our new ones, and it has not seemed to affect them in any way. All right, so we're going to add this to the inside of our card. This is a fun little card. I mean, it's not like a 5-minute card, but it's a fun little card. There, like that. Maybe that was not completely embossed. I better check, because I shouldn't be able to wipe any of it away. That's all right. Like I said, it's a homemade card. Okay, so now then we want to add our cap and gown to our piece of blueberry bushel that we cut from the front of this. So I'm gonna kind of like straighten that out a little bit. Add my glue to the back, and I like to do the corners so that they'll hold down, especially because this one here is going to kind of curl a little bit because I have that embossing, and it's a large piece. So now then I want to just like line it up, give equal border all the way around, and hold it so that it can adhere. I'll take this and foam folder and try to squish some glue out towards that edge. Like that. All right. So I'm going to put this down on the bottom of the card like that and line up those ends. If you've got a post-it note or anything like that, I have this blue tape. So I'm just going to tuck that around like that to try to hold it in place. I think one should do it, and I can handle the other. And then I want to take and just add glue in 2 places. Along this top and along this bottom is the only places you put glue. Along this top, along this bottom. Okay? Now this side is taped. This side I want to bring it down and make certain it's lined up the way it needs to be. Then I want to make certain that what's right there, where how we stamped, is covered. Just try to line it up and be equal right here and there. So I'm going to hold that. Put this block on there for now. So you know, that'll do have something heavy on it. And then I need my scissors. Keep putting stuff on my table beside me, and I have to keep turning around. And I'm going to trim off this end. Trim off that end. And then I'm going to come up straight up the middle, just a little bit, and then trim from the corner to the tip of that cut line that I just made, and make a bannered in. We'll turn this way, flip up, and clip that in, and clip that in. Okay. Bring in my dimensionals. Like that. Take the backs off of those. Make certain that's good and adhered. I'm going to go right through the center. And add our congratulations. And then I have these little, they're called ombre matte decorative dots. They're not exactly the color that is blueberry bushel, but there's the opening. But they are dark enough that I think that they will work. So I'm going to come in here with them, and I'm going to grab a large one, add it down here, another large one, stick that up there, and then these two little ones, put one there, and this other one right below it. Just kind of made those like that. All right. You could add a, if you want another small one or whatever, you could put it over here. Be fine. And then I have our white twine. I'm just going to tie a bow. Best that I can while on camera. And then hold the center of your knot of the bow and pull on your little tails. And pull the bow, the loops. Pull those tight. Need a glue dot. So this is a fun little card. I mean, there's a few elements to it, but it is a fun little card. I have a couple different take your pick tools. I want the one with the point, the piercing. I want to ball this up in a little small ball. And then put that right up here at the top corner. And then my bow, go right over the top of that. And then trim off any excess. And there is our first card. Isn't that cute? We can take this off now. We don't need that. It's just to hold it in place so that we wouldn't. And when you open it up, you just grab it like that. And like I said, you can sign right there, or you can add another piece to the back to sign the back of it. So that is our card number 1. Right. Set this over here to the side for now. And then now this is our second card that we're going to make. Get some some of this off of here for now. All right, so we need that cap and gown again in that congratulations graduate words. We've got that. All right. This one's going to be a little bit simpler. And I already have this stamping finished, and I have that stamping finished. You don't need to watch me do that and heat emboss it multiple times. So our card base is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then we have DSP, and this DSP is this tartan foil 12 by 12, and it's the online exclusive paper, and I just love this paper. And we're going to use 2 different sides of that. So this DSP, the first one is 4 by 5 1/4, and so it's the back side. And then the next piece is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, so it's the front of it. And then we have cardstock here, blueberry bushel, that is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. And then our basic white, that is 2 3/4 by 4. We have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4. And then we have, it says 1 inch, but I'm pretty certain I cut it down to 3/4. But I think because I have a lot of scraps that are 1 inch by 4. So I have this piece that's, I think, 3/4 by 4. So there's that. And so we will put this together. So I stamped this in the Versamark, put the black embossing powder on it and heat embossed it. This one here, I stamped, put my stamp in the Versamark and got it good and inked up. And then I lightly tapped it in the blueberry bushel ink and then stamped it onto this piece of our basic white. And then I heat embossed it so it's shiny also. It's nice and embossed. And then we'll trim that down. And so we'll start layering our bits and pieces here. So we're going to put this piece, add the glue to the corners again, get it close to those edges. And then we are going to add this to our card, our piece here. And it is just barely going to fit, but it will. Clear that off, and I'll show you how to fix that here in a minute. And with green glue, this Tombow green glue, well, the glue is actually white, but it's in the green bottle. You can move it around if you need to. So there's that. And then we're going to take these pieces, add glue to the back of this one. Right here, and we're going to center that. Just like that. And then we're going to take this one and add glue to this side. I hope you like this, this here, Make It Monday. And like I said, if you purchase $35 in my online store, you will get this kit sent to you to make your own. And that's also a way to get entered into the drawing for the giveaway, is to make a purchase from me, $35. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. But if you like and subscribe or share, you'll have to leave a comment that you did those things so that I will know that, because it doesn't tell me who did it. So that's the only way I know how, who did it. So just pop that in the comment below, and be entered to win a giveaway. And like I said, I'm giving one of these stamp sets away. So I'm going to take this and put dimensionals on the back. There we go. And if you do make a purchase, you need to share your address with me on your order. Make it where it's shareable with the demonstrator. And then that way, whatever address you have your order shipped to, then I could ship the kit to you. And I'll send a kit for to make 2 of each card, so that you'll get 4 cards, but 2 of each design. So 2 designs, 2 each to get 4 cards. Okay, so I'm gonna add that there. We all like getting free stuff. There we go. Trim that away. Oh, I did trim it at an angle, so I'll do that now. So trim that. Oops. And trim that like that. So all this is trash. Put that in my rubbish bin. And then add some dimensionals to the back of this. And put congratulations graduate across. Right there. Like that. And that is, oh, I didn't put the inside. You could add some of the images to this piece as well. Probably when I decide who I'm going to give it to, I'll decide what images I want to put on the inside. And I just put glue at the top of it. I didn't glue the whole thing down. Here we go. Like that. So that is our Make It Monday. Like I said, purchase in my online store with the host code that I'll post at the bottom of the video, and I will send out a card kit, 2 of each one of these out to you, and you'll be entered in the drawing to win the stamp set. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, and share, or make the $35 purchase, and you get entered in the drawing for the stamp set. And so, and that will, the drawing will close. Today is the 14th, but it probably won't get all uploaded till the 15th. So I will keep that open till the 21st. And so anybody who has done not all of those, but any of those things, then you will get entered. If you happen to subscribe and you leave a comment, or if you subscribe and share, you'll get 2 entries. So anyway, I hope that you like this Make It Monday, and I appreciate you joining me today and pressing play on the video, and hopefully that you will come back and watch some of my other videos for my Make It Mondays and my Technique Tuesdays, and hopefully no more internet problems, and I can be back on track for next week. And so I've been trying to post Make It Mondays and Technique Tuesdays each week. My health provider, giving me that I can do it. So anyway, if you subscribe, then you won't miss any of my videos that I upload. And so thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.